Let me tell you guys about Belly Up Sports. Belly Up Sports is the internet sports bar. Go ahead and check out their website, www.bellyupsports.com, to read some great articles from great writers all across the country, from hockey, baseball, golf, soccer, you name it. Belly Up Sports is the premier, not your average website.
What's up, everybody? It's Kelcey from the High Low Sports Podcast, and yes, I'm back again. Hector asked me to come back to talk Bundesliga and kits for 3 up and 3 down. A lot of great kits this year in the Bundesliga. No surprise. A lot of great manufacturers making their kits. But on top of that, a lot of teams returning to the Bundesliga who have a historic ties to the Bundesliga. So get some great historical designs as well as current designs and some really bad historical designs. But let's get into it. Let's start with my bads because, well, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's have fun. My first of my 3 downs is Augsburg. Now, at some point in time, you've probably heard me talk about red and yellow kits as a Liverpool fan and how much I hate when red and yellow is attached to the same kit. Well, the only thing worse than red and yellow is when it's a bright red and bright green kit, or some combination of those two on a kit. Well, guess what Augsburg has as their logo design? That's right, it is bright green and dark green and red on their badge normally. Well, their home kit decided to buck the trend of using the dark green and went with a brighter green sash on a white kit with a red split on that sash. I just can't do it. And then they went and doubled down with a bright green sponsorship logo. I could have picked the away kit here, but I'm going with the home kit. The away kit is red and yellow. Don't love it at all. Their third kit actually looks really cool, but their home kit is not for me. One of my least favorite, not my least favorite, but one of my least favorite in the Bundesliga, obviously, but it's my first down here for Bundesliga. Yeah, it's just not a great look. Can't do it, Augsburg. I'm sorry. I tried to like your kits. I can't do it every year. Like, this is too much. Not the worst green and red jersey we've seen in this season of football, but you know what? For the Bundesliga, it might be. Next up is going to be Dortmund. And I hear the early 2000s, mid-2000s Man United calling because they want their kit and sponsor back. Because that's what this is. They actually want their training kit. Because this looks like the training kit from Man United in like the 2006, 2007 region when they had the Vodafone logo. You had the white. They used red on theirs for the Man United training kits. But now you have Dortmund using the yellow. And this is a design from Nike's T90 series training kits. Puma, what are we doing? You did some great work in past. You did great work on their home kit. You color matched. That looked great. You did some okay work on their third kit. You could have color matched. That would have looked a lot better. But the away kit, what are we doing? Come on, Puma. I need better from you. You already ruined a Man City jersey this year, which would have been really cool looking. And now you ruin here with Dortmund, who has zero historical ties to the color red. In fact, they avoid it using in their kits because of their rivalry with Munich. And here we are with a bright red Vodafone logo in the middle. We could do better. And it's on an away kit, too. When you go away, you want to look good. The fans need to remember your identity. And this is anything but the identity of Dortmund. That's what frustrates me. Now, obviously, most people will be like, well, Dortmund can probably just wear their home kit pretty much anywhere. Yeah, that's true. That's probably true. Not very many teams have bright yellow and black designs. But you know what? I don't care. This is one of my bads. This is probably my worst. It would be the worst in every other year, but there is one worse. There's one worse in my 3 downs for the Bundesliga. So let's get it off the board here. FC St. Pauli. I've talked about brown kits before. Talked about how much I hate brown kits. I don't love brown and white vertical stripes. I don't love thin and brown and white vertical stripes, or well, not really thin, but medium-sized. And then on top of that, you add the Puma logo in here and that pop-up design for a sponsorship ad, and I don't love it. I don't love it at all. There's a lot better options for FC St. Pauli. They've done a lot better options. There are some brown jerseys that they have done before where I actually do like them. This one missed the mark for me completely. I don't think there's anything they could have done to save this one. This one is just rough to me. I don't love it. And it's dark brown. It's not even like anything worthwhile. So yeah, FC St. Pauli saves Dortmund from being the worst one for the Bundesliga for me this year. So my 3 downs in the Bundesliga: Augsburg's home, Dortmund's away, and FC St. Pauli's home kits. Now let's go to the good because I'm tired of looking at this FC St. Pauli jersey. We are going to go with my number 1 up, and that is going to be the Leverkusen away kit, because man, oh man, Bayer Leverkusen hit it out of the park with this one. The maroon with the pink, and then I'm going to call it cream off-white color at the bottom and the fade to go to it, with the badge being the maroon and the manufacturer logo being the maroon. And then they have the sponsorship logo. It looks like a navy blue, which is closer to anything you would have seen from this logo before. I really like this. I think this was kind of like they had to make a design that works well with a sponsorship alternative logo, because they couldn't use the white logo here. But I think this is one where it works really well with that color on top of the pink, the maroon, and the cream. These ones look really good to me. Honestly, I could have picked Bayer Leverkusen's home kits as well. They look equally as good. But I like the rose color. The rose looks really nice on some kits. Would love to see these. Probably would want to buy one myself. Don't know if they make them in my size, though. Bayer Leverkusen, get on that. But they're my first up. Number 2 on my ups list, we're going to go down to Hamburg and their home kits. Their home kit looks interesting. I actually really like it. Their away kit looks like an old Power Rangers uniform, and I was like, that's kind of cool. But then I looked over at their home kit, and I was like, that's really cool. It's pretty neat to me. I do like the designs. I like the kind of shark teeth black points coming in, surrounding the white field underneath. Like this fits over the stomach. But I love the checkered design or wave design with the blues popping into the black. I love this design. I love when black, white, and blue are used together and used well. You got to use the right shades of everything. But I think this one hits the nail on the head here. Hamburg's home kit will be my number 2 up. And now my last one, I'll be honest, I struggled because there were a lot of really good jerseys, kits in the Bundesliga that incorporated some sort of green. And I struggled picking one of these 3. But I ended up with Wolfsburg and their away kit as my number 3 up on the list. And you're going to look at this first glance. You're going to be like, what are you talking about? There's no green on this kit. Oh, no. You have to look at the details. That's what makes this kit so interesting. Now, if you guys remember a few years back, the U.S. women's national team wore kits that were white and black with neon green accents. I loved those kits. A lot of people didn't, but I loved them. Well, Wolfsburg took a bit of an inspiration from that. I'm not going to say it is, because Wolfsburg's always had green in their kits. But this is really cool. It's a gray with a sublimation pattern on it, with the black sponsorship VW logo, a black Nike logo with bright electric green trim, and then their Wolfsburg logo, which has been made to be white background, black logo, like black details, with then a green, that same electric green surrounding the patch. And I love that little detail because it shows they care about the kit. I love that design. I love that style. Nike really hit it out of the park with this one. Now, people might look at this and be like, well, it's kind of a training kit. Yeah, I've talked about this before. Training kits don't belong on the pitch unless they're a great training kit. Dortmund's training kit, which is what I'm calling their away kit, does not belong on the pitch. But you know what does? Wolfsburg's away kit. Absolutely love it. So my 3 ups for the Bundesliga: Leverkusen's away kit, Hamburg's home kit, and Wolfsburg's away kit. Hector, as always, brother, I appreciate it. Appreciate you having me on. Love the crew at Insert Name FC. You know, you guys always make my life so much more fun when I get to be a participant, so I appreciate you having me on. You can check me out over on the High Low Sports podcast every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, on Twitter at high_low_sports, or High Low Sports on every other platform. Hector, I appreciate it as always. We will see you guys again next time whenever Hector gives me the call. See ya.
All right, guys. So 3 up, 3 down. Obviously, you guys heard Kelcey. Kelcey just loves doing this. I don't even ask Kelcey anymore. He just sends me videos. So, I mean, what are you going to do? You know, I love Kelcey. So, but of course, we have Nick Gable. If you guys remember last episode, Nick Gable did the League on kits. And here we are doing Bundesliga kits because the Bundesliga, I don't know, man. I found it a little hard this season. I think that there was a lot of really good kits this year for Bundesliga. I don't know if you feel the same way, Nick. Are you on the same page there? Or
yeah, it was tough to find 3 that I didn't like, but I found them. I definitely found them.
Yeah. I mean, I found mine, so for sure. But yeah, so we'll do the 3 up, 3 down on the Bundesliga kits, and yeah, Nick, go ahead and tell me what was your 3 worst kits in the Bundesliga this season.
Okay, the first worst or the third worst is the Freiburg home kit. My biggest problem with the Freiburg home kit is that it looks like it's Sunderland. It just looks like a Sunderland knockoff with the
Oh,
vertical red stripes. I just was not I saw it and I immediately thought like Sunderland, and I was like, is that because Sunderland's now in the Premier League, or is that because it just looks like, did they steal it? Maybe there's some history behind it with the two clubs, but I didn't like it. And especially Freiburg rarely does something like this for their home kit. Maybe like a third kit they'll go red, but it was out of the ordinary
yeah, you're
for their
right.
home kit.
Usually they keep it pretty white, from what I remember. So yeah, and it does give me Sutherland vibes. So I do agree with that one. What do you got for second?
For second, I have the RB Leipzig home kit. I expect a lot from Leipzig. This is Red Bull's like flagship soccer club, and I expect a lot. And it just looks like very bland. Looks like they just drew some like lines on the top and on the bottom. Leipzig has had some great kits in the past, and I was expecting a lot more, and they kind of disappointed.
I'm really down bad on RB Leipzig. Do not have them on my list at all, but I was very meh with these because usually they always have one kid that just pops to me, and this year I don't know, Puma. What are you doing? What are you doing, Puma? So yeah, I agree with you. I was completely disappointed by RB Leipzig this year.
And then the worst, I think we'll have the same one. It's Dortmund's away kit. It is like yellow, like kind of on the kit, but then it's like black and silver and white. And then the sponsor is red, which I don't know if the sponsor just paid them enough money to be like, let's make our sponsorship red. But it's downright one of the ugliest kits I've seen ever, especially for a club like Dortmund who have had some great kits in the past. It was bad. So yeah.
I'll just say this: I'm happy it's no more the days of that bubble, Dortmund. You know the weird circle one that they had for the Club World
Mm,
Cup.
yeah.
I thought that was going to be their kit for this season. Thank God it's not. Not saying that any of their kits this year pop out by any means, but yeah, Dortmund, another club very usually known for having amazing kits. I mean, you can't go wrong with that color scheme, but clearly you can't go wrong. And it's crazy because Vodafone, I think, as an old head, I guess, Nick, is you think of certain, you think of Manchester United, right? The back in the day Cristiano Ronaldo era with that Vodafone badge and so sponsorship, and I think I got some nostalgia from that, but yeah, just seeing these kids from Dortmund, yeah, major bummer. I do not have them on my number one though. That is
Mm,
similar to Leipzig, completely disappointed. But there was kids that I just couldn't believe existed, and so my third kit for the worst kits was St. Pauli's fourth kit, and the reason why I have it, I picked that one, is it's a fourth kit. Like, do something crazy, do something like that go against your color scheme, do all that stuff, and the third kit's not any better, but it's just plain. It's just a plain, plain red shirt, right? And it's just, yeah, I was like completely disappointed by it. If you're gonna make a four for a third kit, like go against your color scheme. Go do something different. Like this is
hmm
this is the time to don't go with your colors. Maybe pick a rival's color. Not really, but like be different if you're gonna make a fourth kit. Because if not, then honestly, you could have told me that's a keeper kit, and I would have believed you. So
Yeah, yeah. They should have done their third kit, and their fourth kit should have been something different because their away kit is a little bit different. But
mm,
yeah, keep
yeah.
going.
So my rule of thumb when it comes to kits, like home kit, as traditional as it can be, stick to your color scheme. Away, maybe a little bit with the color scheme, but third and fourth, go wild. Like don't hold anything back. I mean, for instance, prime example, last year's Arsenal kid, right? The Sully kid from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Like it's not something you're gonna see every day. That's why it's a third kit. It's not gonna be something common more often than not. That's the one that people normally buy. So yeah. So my third was St. Pauli's fourth kit. My second one is Werder Bremen's away. This was, I think, as hideous. It's hideous to me, but also it's unreadable. That really, and I usually like those bright green colors, but I think with the white and that gray, it just kind of, you don't know what you're looking at. So it's kind of not blinding in a way, but it just, there's no outline, right? It doesn't stand
Yeah,
out to you.
it's like you can't read everything is hard to see and read. Yeah.
So, and I think kind of similar to how you felt about Dortmund's kit, where it's just like, I don't know what the hell the
Yeah.
objective is of this. But yeah, so that's my number one, and my last one is, it's Frankfurt. Frankfurt's third kit, the weird camouflage blotches. I don't know what the significance of it is for
Oh God.
for
Yeah.
Frankfurt. Normally I do like what Frankfurt normally does for kids. They have a really easy color scheme to work with, but like, yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. Once again, I mean, they went for it. I'll give them that. It's just, sometimes you hit, sometimes you don't. And so,
It looks like throw up.
yeah, exactly.
Looks like someone barfed on it.
So yeah, not one that I'll be going out of my way to get for sure. But we already talked about the ugly ones. Let's talk about the good ones. What's your top three kits for this season in the Bundesliga?
My third best is Leverkusen's third shirt. It's the blue with all the pluses on it.
Mm.
I just thought that was really, like, I like that color blue, and I like how their badge is blue too on the kit. That they kept the badge similar to like the color of the kit. Because if they had kept their badge color, it's like black, red, and white, and it would have looked weird. But they colored in their badge with the kit's color, which is nice. And I always like New Balance. New Balance is always good at this stuff. I
Good fitting
somewhat
too. It fits nicer too. I don't know why. Like, I think they think about people when they make their kits.
Yes, yes, definitely. I'm wearing one right now. Lille. I don't know what year it was, but recently, maybe one of the last 2 years. Like third kit, I think. I'm not sure.
Looks
Anyway,
like a third kit for sure.
yeah. And then second, I cheated a little bit. I said Frankfurt's first and second home and away kit. Maybe it's the picture I saw, but it looks so clean. Like I like the color scheme. I like the stripe down the middle. I want to say, I don't know if they've been Adidas the whole time, but I like the way the Adidas logo like fits in with the kit. I also love how they're sponsored by Indeed. I think that's very silly for like a team that's like employing people to have a job sponsor as their kit sponsorship. Yeah, which is funny.
Where does this go up here for you? Like, this goes up with me where like Manchester United was sponsored by Chevy, like, of obscurity. Like, like, I don't know if Chevrolet is something that's used in England, but like, to me, I'm just like, that seems weird. But Indeed does kind of like, I know it's not an American thing specifically, but it's just it was to me kind of eye catching that it was Indeed their sponsor.
I like it when a sponsor is eye catching because I think the sponsorship can sometimes blend in and you don't really think about it. But I feel like it makes the kit better when the sponsorship is something and something like when Manchester United had Chevy, it was kind of silly seeing the Chevy logo all the time on their jerseys. So I like it when it's like stands out.
Or Atletico Madrid having Spider-Man 2.
That might have been the best. A movie studio needs to sponsor another team's kits because that will be like every kind of like Spotify with Barcelona, how they'll like put like album covers. Really smart. Yeah.
I've heard people still haven't gotten their Travis Scott Barca kits, by the way. So.
I'm not surprised. I feel like when the specialty kits are released, they only make us so many, and then it's always a hellhole trying to buy one because it's like did you get it in time? Did you not get it in time? Anyway,
exactly.
My best kit for Bundesliga is the Augsburg third kit. It's the black and gold. I just think this looks like I almost think that like Augsburg needs to have a good season if they're going to be wearing this shirt because it just looks so like cool and it looks like a team like that Kings made. Like a Kings like employed some of the townspeople to go play football and made them wear this shirt. That's what it looks like to me. It looks really cool. Their first kit is home kit is cool too. But yeah, Augsburg's third was my favorite.
I mean, you can't go wrong with black and gold. So
Yeah.
I totally agree with you with that one. So for my top three, I do have a Leverkusen kit, but I have the away kit. I actually love it when you have some sort of when you do a gradient design. Sometimes some of them are misses. I totally get that, but I think with the white and the pink, it works perfectly. Plus, they whited out the badge. They gave it a black outline, but they did put a little white out to it. So I do like that part. I'm gonna try to get me a Malik Tillman Leverkusen kit, and it's definitely gonna be this one, the white and pink. I think to me it's a good look. But yeah, your choice for the third one, I agree. Also, that one is a really nice kit.
I was considering putting the away kit instead of the blue kit, but I was like, the blue just drew me more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you look at all three of their shirts so far, great. Like probably best shirt for the like overall quality of the club.
Yeah, and once again, New Balance just somehow knowing how to do it. My second kit is gonna be, and is kind of how you were. I was torn between actually all three of their kits because I think they did a really good job. Is a Hamburger, all of them. But the reason why I picked their home kit, that's the one I'm picking, is because it reminds me of those '90s starter jackets. So me being the '90s kid, I gotta stick to the classics. Though, like I said, the away kit, I love it. Is it kind of the same kit when you think of it, the home kit? Sure, but it's different. And then also the black and pink, I think, well done. I like how they blacked out the badge. So I think they're all cool, but I'm gonna go with the home one just because it to me it feels very '90s-esque. It's a very '90s-esque look, kind of. It's really cool. I hope Hamburger can stay afloat this season, and
yeah, they had to go big in their return to the Bundesliga. So I like all their kits as well.
And just like you, my number one, Augsburg third kit. And I think the reason why I put it at number one is because we also had other teams to do a black and gold kit in the Bundesliga. And when you looked at all of theirs compared to Augsburg just did it right. Like, I mean, you can easily mess up a black and gold kit. It's very easy to do it, and I think the other clubs just didn't do it as right. Maybe they missed one thing, but I think the way Augsburg did it, it's just, you're right. They have to win something. They got to win the DFB Pokal or I don't know. They sneak in some poison food for Bayern Munich this year. I don't know what they got to do.
They got to get like a big win, like a big like upset during the season to justify that kit.
It's a nice kit, so I agree wholeheartedly. I don't think they're in any European competitions because, shoot, if they were Europa Conference League, I'd bet on them right now.
Yeah, just to see that kit.
But yeah, man, the kits. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think it was hard. Bundesliga, I think this year was pretty hard just because there were some really nice kits this year, some duds, but there was a lot of nice kits. I mean, I was conflicted by the whole Hamburger outfits that I made. So thank God I'm not a fan of that team because I would be broke. So,
yeah, I would get all of them. Even the goalie ones look nice.
Yeah, man. A good year for the Bundesliga. Bundesliga always has great kits, by the way.
Definitely.
I mean, when you have Dortmund and Bayern Munich, you're gonna get some bangers out of those clubs.
Who is that guy?